In previous demos, we walked through an end-to-end process starting with the VP of Sales reviewing 2015-2016 sales figures on a dashboard, and then moving along to show how a regional sales manager could drill down to identify the source of a significant dip in sales that the VP of Sales inquired about. In this demo, we can imagine the VP of Sales has then called for a month-end sales meeting. This is where SAP Lumira can play into things. Lumira is a great way to build visualizations for data discovery and creating storyboards. It's a desktop application that can be used by a business analyst to create something tangible that can be displayed for everyone as they review sales figures. So here at the starting point, I can click on File and then New. In the window that pops up, we see something that's really great about Lumira. It's that it provides several options for connecting to a source. We can connect to a workbook full of raw data. We can load a text file as a data set. We can also connect to a business objects universe, connect to SQL, or connect to SAP HANA, which is what we'll actually do in this demo. I am going to go ahead and fast forward through some of this configuration because all of this would be specific to your actual environment. Alright, and now I will hit Create. This will generate all the data on the back end, pulling in what you selected, so then we'll be ready to start creating visualizations. Okay, this is the default page after you've pulled in what's needed from the data source. Over here on the left side, you'll see a list of all the available dimensions that you selected, and then above that, your measures. These are all of your key figures. If you're missing an object here, you can go to the prior screen and add it into the list. Next to this, you have the available reporting visualizations, pie charts, bar charts, etc. And then to the right is your canvas. Let me take a quick opportunity to highlight how Lumira follows a three-step process. The first step is that you prepare your data, pretty much what we just did, then visualize, where you create the visualizations, and then the compose step where you put your visualizations together into a storyboard that you can then publish. So to start, we'll go to Prepare. Here we can see all of our values, what's behind the scenes and available to us. For what we want to do, I'll go over into the left column next to Ship to Region and create a geolocation. I'll select Geographic Hierarchy and then by names. In the prompt that pops up, I'll select Region from the drop-down menu and confirm. And then this is a summary of everything it found in the data that was pulled. 27 different states recognized, 0 unsolved, and 0 not found, which is a good sign we are working with clean data. I'll click the Done button and proceed. Now on the left column I have available a geographic ship to region for us to use in our visualizations. We're looking at sales item details data, which is what we saw in the previous demo actually. But we also want to incorporate delivery details since that happens to be where we saw some issues. I'll click on Data and then select Add New Data Set. Then pull in Sales Order Delivery Details. When prompted, I can select, or rather deselect, what delivery data I do not want to pull in for performance reasons, and then click Create. And now we see our deliveries in here. Looking just above this window, we see a drop-down menu that lets us switch back and forth between delivery and sales details. For now, I will stay in the deliveries and repeat what we did before, creating a geographic hierarchy for the region here. Now we'll be able to compare apples to apples. Alright, should be all set with prepare, so moving along to visualize, I will create a couple of visualizations. Let me just confirm I'm looking at the sales data. Okay, so starting with the chart, you can see here that there are several different options for bar charts. We can come over here and choose from several different line charts as well, or there are a few different pie charts. And then below here, we have geographic charts, scatter charts, map charts, like a heat map or tree map, time series charts, point charts. This is a table option, so we can do a crosstab, which displays raw data next to a chart if we deem that helpful for what we're looking at. And then complementary charts. Alright, continuing on, we'll actually create some visualizations here. We'll start by dragging out gross amount, and then we'll break this down by sales office on the y-axis. Now you see this gives us a quick and easy visual on our top performing sales office. Off the bat, I can see our Southwest Dallas, Southeast Atlanta, and Northeast Syracuse offices are really strong. Then we have Southwest Denver a bit lower, and Northwest Billings on the low end. We got this visualization just by dragging and dropping two items. We can even switch this into a column chart. It's as easy as that. We could just as easily change it to a pie chart or another option. One of the key things is once you have a visualization the way you want with the data you're looking for, if we want to show it in another way, we can take this and create a duplicate. Then adjust this one. That allows us to try different things. We can look at a pie chart, which might be a bit busy for this data. Alternatively, we can do a heat map. See, this is a cleaner view and shows us based on the darkness of the colors which ones are the better performers. Alright, let's create another visualization. We'll make this one a line chart so we can do a comparison on gross sales like the last one, and then calendar month. So we can see a good running trend looking at these figures month to month. Alright, we could spend a ton of time going over each of these options, but we'll just go on with one more. I'll create a new visualization down here. And let's make this a geomap. Click on that and then select this one. Again, we'll use gross amount. Then we'll cross that by region for the geography component. That makes it pretty easy to see that Oregon is the strongest here, and I can hover over these others and see what the gross amount is in each. Alright, what we wanted to do was compare the sales with deliveries, so I will switch over to the deliveries and then create a new visualization. I'll choose the same geo chart. I'll bring out region and our order quantity. Previously based on sales, we saw Oregon was the hottest. Now looking at deliveries, Arizona is the hottest. That's interesting, but not exactly helpful for us. We need to be able to see the difference between our order quantity and delivered quantity. To do this, there's a menu up here at the top where we can click, and we see a few more options here, but we'll go ahead and create a custom calculation. In this window, we'll call it delivery difference. We'll pull up order quantity and actual delivery quantity. Okay, so this might not look much different, but if we hover over Arizona, for example, we see delivery difference is over 300,000 in total dollars. We've created all our visualizations. We have 1 deliveries and 4 for sales items. Now let's create a storyboard, which is what we'll actually present in our month-end meeting. Okay, we can name this, and then we have several template options, but I will select Overview. We are now brought to a good starting point because we went with a pre-built template. It's very easy from here to drag and drop visualizations over. We have some other stuff we can drag into: text, pictures, input controls, pictograms, shapes, etc. We don't need everything on this template, so I'll remove some of this and then rename it Sales Item and Delivery Storyboard. We'll add a subtitle in the header as well. We can center this or do other formatting for story settings, page settings, section color, and of course text properties. So, in the storyboard, we have these areas preset where we can drag and drop our visualizations. We'll start with a heat map, and then gross sales. And let's close this part. We don't need it here. Now we can adjust the other, drag this across. Alright, that looks nice. I can continue to shift some things around. Now I will bring in gross sales by region. Reposition that a little bit. And the other, let's remove that. Pull this one over. Now let's go to deliveries and we can drag out that heat map so we can look at them side by side. Now, looking at the side-by-side map comparison reflecting where the majority of our gross sales are, and then the issues in our delivery, which is focused in on the Arizona region. Down below, we have gross sales broken out by sales office. So now we've gone through the process of creating visualizations and building out a storyboard. So as a final note, I would like to highlight that storyboards can then be published out to the BI Launchpad where they can be leveraged by others within the organization. They can be exported or printed out to a PDF version as well that can be distributed through email. And now you should hopefully recognize how quickly and easily you are able to create a storyboard that essentially is a dashboard with different visuals.